3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, October 23rd, 2018. Are the Bitcoin ETF concerns squashed? Are they resolved? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And we're going to start by jumping right in. There was the Vaneck Solidx Bitcoin Trust presentation by Commissioner Elad Roisman, just released. This meeting took place on October 9th. So we can start here with this article written on bitcoinist.com. And really, the title, Vaneck says Bitcoin ETF concerns resolved at meeting with SEC. Five issues resolved, five main issues. Vaneck, which received a rejection of its ETF application in late August, met with the SEC to discuss its status, producing a supporting document outlining 5 reasons for approval. This was smart. Issues identified in disapproval order have been resolved. So obviously, we got the disapproval on this ETF. And they were pretty simple bullet points on why it was not approved when it was not approved. So what we have here is a document, is a presentation, is a presentation of why these things are resolved. So really what happens next, you could guess, at least in my opinion, I think maybe Q1 2019, we might have an approval. So let's look at some of these. There now exists a significant regulated derivatives market for Bitcoin. Relevant markets, CBOE, Bitcoin futures, OTC desks are regulated. Concerns around price manipulation have been mitigated, consistent with approval of prior commodity-based ETPs. CBOE's rules are designed to surveil for potential manipulation of trust shares, promotes investor protection. And you can kind of see here in this presentation, Vaneck Solidx Bitcoin Trust. Solidx began working on the BTC ETF in 2015, partnered with Vaneck in 2017. This is probably the most influential of the ETFs that are going for approval, namely the size of these ETFs. And you can see the share price will be $200,000. That's 25 Bitcoin per share. Trust will be insured against loss or theft of Bitcoin. Solidx founders comes from traditional financial and legal backgrounds and have been involved in the Bitcoin ecosystem since 2011. Vaneck is an established issuer that manages over 70 funds with approximately $46 billion in assets under management. So, and then with these ETFs are going to come a few things, liquidity. And then with liquidity will come demand, right? So this is going to spiral into some really big things. Because it's going to allow, especially this Vaneck Solidx, this is the big one, and it's looking the strongest in terms of approval. This is going to spur institutional investors to be able to basically get exposure to Bitcoin without even buying Bitcoin, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So this article continues to highlight some points. ETFs and their potential to shore up cryptocurrency markets, meanwhile, remain a talking point more generally, with various predictions surfacing that 2019 will be the make or break year for the instrument. Andreas Antonopoulos, while remaining skeptical on the benefits of an ETF for Bitcoin's reputation, nonetheless forecast that their market entry was a certainty. There's enormous market appetite and very little technical knowledge. So institutional investors simply can't, at the moment, hold Bitcoin directly. See that? That's a perfect point. He's so well-spoken. He's so simple and well-spoken. Stein declined to speculate on possible timeframes for an ETF approval to come from the SEC. So, Andreas Antonopoulos, enormous market appetite, very little technical knowledge. Really, to bridge that gap perfectly for these institutional investors, for the big money coming in, $200,000 per share on the Vaneck Solidx ETF. Perfect way to bridge that gap of demand to come into the market, but little technical knowledge. So really cool to see what happens with this. And we will see. I really think we will see. I think Q1 2019, this is personally my opinion. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's going to come into fruition or not, right? But if I had to predict, if I had to put something out there, I would say first quarter 2019, looking good in my opinion. But just stuff like this, right? This presentation that was put forth, really good. I think it's really good for the next step, at least towards approval. But as always, time will tell. I'll put the link in the description for you to read through this. It's not too long, but it definitely would take some time to kind of go through it all. I don't want to do that. I don't want to bore you, but really, really cool things in this presentation for you to check out. So let me know your thoughts. I think the ETF approval is on its way. I do. This is another step, especially if these issues are resolved in terms of the Bitcoin ETF. Vaneck Solidx looking strong. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's looking good? And do you think it will move price? I do. In the long term, this is going to move price. This is bringing liquidity. It's going to bring demand. It's going to bring so much into the space that has honestly just been waiting on the sidelines. Appreciate all you coming by. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I would love to have you as part of the channel. I will see you all in the next video, and God bless.